Hello everyone, welcome to another kiln opening video. So these pots were unloaded this morning and let's see what combinations we got here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the tester that I did with the new MAYCO glazes. So I got this box and just proceeded on testing some of the glaze, and let's see how they turned out. Okay, we can start with this one. So the bottom part, that is the engobe black, and then that is 2 coats, and then the upper part including the inside is just 2 coats of the purple aster. I kind of like the black. I might have found something to substitute my black underglaze from AMACO. Yeah, so those two, these are the ones. And that's the combination right there. So there's that. And then another one that I'm so interested with the new glazes from MAYCO is this one. Speckled buff. And then I tried pairing it with this. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. It's like micro cerulean. I don't know, just read it. So for this one, that is the outcome. So I'm not a huge fan of the blue part. That is the micro cerulean. I don't know if that's how you call it or that's how you pronounce it. Again, I did 2 coats and it's just perfect. I don't see any pinholing or anything. And then this one, this is the one that I'm so interested in. That is the speckled buff glaze. I like it. So basically I bought the kit, but there's only 2 glazes that I really want to try. That is these 2 bottom ones. This is the engobe black and then the speckled buff. Those are the only 2 that I am interested in, those new glazes. And I think I'm liking the result. I'm gonna do further testing, especially with this black, and see if it's gonna stay as good as this tester. And then I might continue using them. Okay, so that's for the new MAYCO glazes. I guess we can proceed on this mugs. Inside, that is just 3 coats of honey flux. And then the bottom, or I mean from here up to the bottom, including this, that is 2 coats of birch as the base, and then 2 coats of cordovan on top of it. But on the upper part, from the rim up to here, I did 3 coats of sangria from Spectrum, and then I covered that with a thin coat of pearl white. And it didn't run that much. Maybe one factor is the shape of the mug, because it kind of widened on there. And I like it. I don't want it to be running up to like the half part of the mug. So no pinholes, no glaze pinholes or anything like that. I don't like it. Yeah, here's the one. Same thing, same combination with this part, but the inside, well, the inside is the same, 3 coats of honey flux. And then the upper part, that is 3 coats of blue rutile, or blue rutile, which is which, I don't know. I put a top coat of 1 coat of light flux from MAYCO. I can see like that the flux got into up to the middle part of the mug, but it's not so much visible. I think the last time I did that, but instead of putting light flux on top of the blue rutile, I did one coat of pearl white. The problem with that is I can see some crazing on the mug. So that's the end of that. So I put light flux instead of that. And here's another variation. Okay, again, 3 coats of honey flux as the liner on the inside and up to this part. So honey flux, again 3 coats from the inside and up to this part. And on top of the 3 coats of honey flux, I did 3 coats of blue rutile. So blue rutile on top of the honey flux. That's the variation on the top. I like this better than the plain blue rutile and the light flux. But I also like this pink one, the Spectrum. See? Spectrum, blue rutile, and then the honey flux and blue rutile. So that's for that. I have a refire here because I have to sand like something in here, and I sanded this, and yeah, I got it off, but the problem is I covered it with seaweed, but the part where I sanded is so visible, which I don't like. But anyway, this is another combo that I don't mind refiring because I get a better result than the original. So the satin patina on the base or at the bottom like didn't change anything at all. The only change that I see is this part where the seaweed and up to the indigo float. But anyway, so this is 2 coats of satin patina including the inside. And then from the satin patina to the rim, that is 2 coats of obsidian. From the rim, 3 coats of smoky merlot, 4 coats of seaweed, and then 3 coats of indigo float. So that's my refire. Okay, I did the usual combination of the mugs. 2 coats of cenote from MAYCO, 2 coats of Norse blue on the inside, and on the rim, or 1 inch from the rim, I did 1 coat of light flux. Below the light flux, like overlapping a little bit, is another 1 coat of dark flux. And then on the rim, I did like random globs or patches of light and dark flux. That's why you get this drippy ones. And then another usual combo. I don't like it that much for this batch. Well, because usually I fire or we always get to a hot cone 6. This time it was just cone 6, like a perfect cone 6. So when it get to a hot cone 6, I like it when I have this one because I'm gonna get the melty look. Okay, so that is just 2 coats of winterwood, honey flux as a liner on the inside, 3 coats, and then 1 coat of light flux. So that is all for the mugs. So I did 3 of this. And then we can go to my planters. That is just 2 coats of rose quartz. Same on the inside. 2 coats of rose quartz all over, including the outside. I guess I put that so thick, some of the holes were blocked. And on top of the rose quartz, I did an alternating stripes of light flux and then dark flux. I wish I have put it thicker. Well, you can see vividly the light flux, but I mean the dark flux, but the light flux not so much. I like it though, so it's just not gonna be a plain muted pink. It's interesting. So that's my planter. Here's another one. So all over, inside and outside, 3 coats of deep fire brick. And on the rim, I put 3 coats of black aventurine. See that variation? And just below that, I did 3 coats of oatmeal. The problem with the oatmeal is you can just see a very little variation on the fire brick. So it's almost like non-existent. So 3 coats of oatmeal, which I probably would not do it again because, as I've said, you can barely see it. And then this one, that is 3 coats of honey flux. And then for the drip tray, that is just 3 coats of deep fire brick. Okay. Planter, more planter. So for the planter, I did 3 coats of indigo float, inside and outside. And then I did 3 coats of oatmeal. But the trick with the oatmeal is you have to apply them like staggered, otherwise you're gonna have all the glazes dripping up to the bottom. So for the first coat of oatmeal covering the indigo float, I applied it on the whole piece, but the second coat I stopped right here. And then the third coat, I just only did the half. So that's how you're gonna get it to not to run and get your piece stuck on the shelf. And then on top of that, I also did a smoky merlot on the rim. But again, yes, you can see the little bit of purple in it, but not so vivid. It's, yeah, like you can barely notice it. So I think I'm just good with the indigo float covered with oatmeal just to get this bright blue. That's what I'm gonna do next time. I do that with the mug, but I don't do the smoky merlot. And then the tray, that is just 3 coats of indigo float and then 3 coats of oatmeal on the top. So there's that. I did the same thing on a berry bowl. Same combo. Again, I was so careful when applying it up to the bottom, and it was great. Nothing got stuck. Nothing dripped so much. I guess you can see a little bit of the purple there because of the 3 coats of Smoky Merlot. This color just reminds me of like the ocean. So there's 2 coats of Celadon Bloom. Plain, didn't do anything. But this one, that's where the variation comes in. So the bottom up to half of the planter, that is 2 coats of Celadon Bloom from MAYCO. And from that up to the top, I did 3 coats of Honey Flux. I only did 2 coats of Ancient Jasper. That's why the brown is just so light. And then below the Ancient Jasper, I did the 3 coats of Textured Turquoise. But I really like the Honey Flux, not covered all the way by the Textured Turquoise. And that's what I really wanted, so that I can see that dividing all the colors with the Celadon Bloom. And then for the inside, I just used 2 coats of the sea salt from MAYCO. I might even do this with a mug. They're so cute. Well, it's cute to me. I don't know for the others, right? And another usual thing, a very simple combination, that is 3 coats of Honey Flux and then 2 coats of Lavender Mist from MAYCO. So it's a combination of AMACO and MAYCO. And then have a bowl. One of the combination that I do with my mugs, that is 3 coats of Honey Flux. On the rim, I did 3 coats of Blue Rutile, and below that is 3 coats of Chun Plum, overlapping each other. Same thing at the bottom. Inside, 3 coats of Cosmic Tea Dust. And then bottom, another 3 coats of Cosmic Tea Dust, including the rim. But at the middle right there, where you can see this white and up to right there, that is actually 4 coats of Mulberry Celadon. So what I did is I applied first the 4 coats of Mulberry, and then I put on the Cosmic Tea Dust so that I can put the Cosmic Tea Dust over the Mulberry. So that's the result you're gonna get. That's the drip tray. I think I showed this same combination from my last kiln opening video. So 3 coats of tourmaline, including the inside, and then from the tourmaline up to this part I did, is it 2 coats of aqua from Spectrum. Let me just check that if it's 2 coats or 3 coats. Yep, so 3 coats of tourmaline, 3 coats of aqua from the tourmaline, overlapping a little bit and up to this point. And on the rim, I did 2 coats of autumn purple. Same, again, from Spectrum. And then on top of the autumn purple, I did 1 coat of pearl white. Is just plain 3 coats of tourmaline. Here's a trinket dish. I usually just glaze my trinket dishes with the celadon because I want the texture on the trinket dish to show, but I guess this is acceptable too. So on the whole piece, I did just 3 coats of blue rutile, and then on top of that, I did like a single band, or just, yeah, around the heart, I just did 3 coats of smoky merlot. Again, you can barely see that smoky merlot. And the texture is just a heart, like a rolling pin. Textured rolling pin with a heart. That's what I use in that. So fillers. Here is the last content of my kiln. This is a platter. I use the GR Pottery form. So I use the GR Pottery form, the size of the 16.5 by 7.5. This is the front, and here is the back. Sorry, I'm not good in putting a foot on my platters. But anyway, so the glaze at the bottom is just 3 coats of deep fire brick. And on this part, like this one, around it, you can see a slight variation there. I put a coat, I think 2 coats of oatmeal. I was debating whether to put dark flux or oatmeal, but I got lazy. It is the last piece that I glazed, so whatever glaze that I was using with the other pieces, I just use it on top of this. Maybe next time I'm gonna actually use the dark flux. And on the top part, I did 2 coats of deep fire brick and then wipe it out with a wet sponge until you can see the texture. And then covered the whole thing with the zinc-free clear glaze from MAYCO. And for the texture, I use a lace fabric that I got from either Joann's or Michael's. I think it was Joann's. So there's that. Love it. So that's it for this kiln opening video, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one.